Hey,
Hey,
what are you doing?
just working on my car.
Yeah, but like, why though?
I mean, it's broken. I might as well just do stuff to make more power, right?
Didn't we just have your car part like not a month ago?
Yeah, why?
You know you have a problem, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, as long as we're in an agreement then.
Yeah. Well, while we're under here, you want to help me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hey, I'm Mike,
And I'm Mike.
and welcome back to the Hangar Hideout. Well, we're back here with the white C7. If you remember last episode, unfortunately this car didn't make it to the track with us.
And that's because sometimes this car runs phenomenal, runs great, no problems. And then other days just acts up, becomes emotional, doesn't like you.
It's kind of like it's bipolar.
Project Bipolar.
Yeah, we just named it.
Yeah.
Welcome to Project Bipolar.
Fun. So today is the first day we kick off what we now call Project Bipolar.
We gotta get this puppy back into racing shape.
Because right now she's not running that good.
And we thought, since we have to tear this motor apart, why not add a couple of goodies while we're at it?
Because if you're going to fix it, you might as well fix it with better parts, which we're going to show you later on. So this is going to be a multiple part series where we're going to show every single step along the way. But the first step is always disassembly.
This stuff's gotta come out. All the bad stuff.
I know what you're probably thinking. You're like, Mike, you just had this car apart. You just did some upgrades to it. Yeah, well, I'm doing more, okay? Because more upgrades means more power, and that makes me happy. Don't you care about my happiness? I do. So in part one of this series, I think we're gonna cover all the disassembly. We're gonna be taking the radiator out. Intake manifold is half out already. Gotta take the valley cover off, valve covers, the heads need to come off, and some other stuff here and there. We'll figure it out along the way. So step one of this disassembly is to get under the car, start draining all the antifreeze out, which I know is everyone's favorite because it smells so good. And then we just gotta loosen the headers. We don't have to take them off. We just need to lay them to the side so we can get the heads off. That's it. And then we can lower the car back down and start working on the top end. We'll have to raise the car back up eventually to drop my steering rack out of the way, because to get the front timing chain cover off, that steering rack needs to come out. Since it's not a hydraulic steering system, it's only electronic, there's no hydraulic lines you need to worry about. It is simply just one single plug and a couple bolts.
Evacuation beginning. Evacuation complete.
While the antifreeze is still leaking, let's start pulling off some of the things on the top. We'll start by finishing the intake manifold, and then we'll get the coils off, two-step wiring off, we'll get the valve covers off, then we'll start pulling some valve train out. I'll have to take out the blower, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Next thing to take off is the blower, the charge pipe, water pump's gotta come out, belts, still good amount. Anything on the front of the car, basically. I'm not using a ratchet because I don't even want to come near these beautiful billet valve covers. with the blower and plugs out, now we're going to attack the valve covers, easy, couple of bolts, and the water pump. And we should be right about there. Okay, I'm going to be the one to say taking off really nice valve covers is such a pain in the ass because they look so good you don't want to scratch them. So I was trying to be really delicate. And of course, when you're taking off the valve covers, you have fuel lines and whatnot hanging on there, so make sure to take those off as well. Well, we forgot to record a lot of audio for this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and voice it over. Here, we're just gonna be taking off the head. Obviously, we're gonna be taking out the springs and the push rods and the retainers, whatnot. You should have watched the video where we did it on my Corvette. Now, when taking off the heads, there's one crucial thing, and that's on the back of the passenger side. There's gonna be a loom that holds a bunch of wires together. It is nearly impossible to take off on your own, so just break the dang thing. Shove a screwdriver in there, twist, and rip it off. Everybody does it. I don't even know if there's a way to do it the right way. Now, when taking off the heads, I swear, Reach lost a dowel pin. It wasn't in the block, it wasn't in the heads. Turns out, it was stuck in the gasket. So don't forget to check your gasket. And of course, when we're taking off the heads, don't forget to clean your cylinder walls. Make sure we get all the gunk off there. Right here, Reach is taking out the lifters and lifter trays. Now the lifters are going to be replaced with something else, and we're not going to be needing those trays anymore. Foreshadowing, maybe you're catching my drift here.
All right, we got one of the cylinder heads off, and just by looking at it, makes me hate direct injection even more. This carbon buildup on the back of the intake valves is unbelievable. Since I've had these heads off, I've only put 7,000 miles on it maybe. It's just dirty, like it has 100,000 miles. GM, listen, can we please bring back cord injection? It's better. And so are cable-driven throttle bodies. Those are better too. All right, that's my rant for the day. I'm gonna start pulling off the other cylinder head on the other side, and then we can raise the car back up, the steering rack out, and pull the harmonic balancer off. Stay tuned.
For the timing chain cover, it was pretty simple. You just have a handful of bolts that you need to undo. But for the Gen 5s, they use silicone gaskets, so you're gonna have to pry those suckers out. But before you do that, make sure to remove the cam sensor, your phaser sensor, and once you have that off, don't forget the connection to the oil pump as well. Then, after you're done prying, this puppy will come right on off.
Well, as you can see, we got both of the heads off. We got the harmonic balancer off, front timing chain cover. Next, we need to work on getting that oil pump off, which means we're going to have to drop the oil pan down. So we have to drop the whole subframe down a little bit to give room for the oil pan to drop down. And we're going to have to drain the oil. I was trying to cut corners and do this without draining the oil, but looks like I'm going to have to do it. But I think that'll do it for this episode of just the teardown.
Thanks for watching today's episode.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
It's free. It's easy. All it takes is like that much effort.
And while you're doing that effort, hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date whenever we post a new episode. So, we'll see you on the next episode.
And as always, thanks for hiding out.
That was going.
Fits me perfectly. First step, you
Perfect timing.
bitch! Are you bleeding already?
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ, dude.
Wait, if you take off the belt, his pants will fall down.
Jesus Christ.
Thanks for watching today's episode. Now Reach Talks.
Good.